Hello and welcome to this notebook on Hamlet, Leaving Cert, Ordinary Level. Now the first thing we're going to talk about, and first thing we're going to look at, are the types of questions that you will be asked in the Leaving Cert on Hamlet. So the things to focus on. And they're all in this booklet. That's why this booklet is here. So, first thing, you've got to have a general idea of what the storyline or the plot is. And you've got to have a couple of key moments in your back pocket. So a scene or a couple of scenes that you know pretty well and that you're able to talk about and describe what happens in. You've also got to know the characters, their names, their character traits, their basic information, and the relationships they have with each other. You got to have a general idea of the themes, although themes is probably leaning more towards the higher level paper. It does come up. And you've got to know the setting. What type of place was this drama set in? On this page, this first page in the introduction, you'll find these four things. I'm not going to delete that. You'll also see a little chart over on the right as to what types of questions have been asked before in the past. And this booklet was made out using these things as a guide. So you've got your character questions, your theme questions, your setting questions, your plot questions, and your relationship questions. All there. And you can look over that yourself if you want quick kind of access. And you've also got past exam questions. All of the past exam questions that have come up on Hamlet since the new Leaving Cert was established almost 20 years ago now. So it's been asked 5 times before for 5 years. This is its 6th time to be on the Leaving Cert Ordinary Level paper. And all of the questions are there. We'll come back to that in a minute. Let's take a look at what the pages look like. Because when you click into them, you might be zoomed up really close and you might have to zoom back. I can give you an overview now in this video. So on this tab up here about plot, we'll see, and I'm going to zoom back so you can see exactly what's on this page. I'm going to take this out. This is not going to be there actually, that's gone. But over on the left you'll see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 videos, clips from YouTube. The first one up here is a general summary of the play. It's only about 8 minutes long. It's well worth a look. Okay? This is the full movie version of Hamlet. It's over 2 hours long. If you have time, watch it. It's the original film, the one with Laurence Olivier. It's probably one of the most famous. Now, it is in black and white, but it's a very good depiction of the play. Over here, you'll see a general summary of Hamlet. It's maybe 1 or 2 pages of a Microsoft Word document. It's well worth reading that before you go on. Now, if you're fairly confident you know what happens in Hamlet, well, then you might need to read that, but it's useful to have. And then we have 3 scenes, 3 key scenes that we should look at and have them in our back pocket. Because you may well be asked in the Leaving Cert to describe a scene that you found to be shocking, or violent, or exciting, or in which something bad happens, or, you know. And these 3 scenes kind of cover all those bases. Beside each of the video clips, you'll see a notes scene. So, for the ghost scene there, let's actually have a look and see what it looks like, because these are really important. There's no point just watching the movie clip. Now, by the way, to open them, you might have to right-click and then click open. Oh, I must already have that open somewhere else. So I'm going to open this one down here, the Hamlet kills Polonius, which is Act 3, I think, Scene 4. And it might give you a little warning that it could harm your computer, but there were no viruses at this end, so you should be okay. And when we go into that Word document, you'll see good notes there, 2 pages of notes for that scene, why that scene is important, how did it make you feel, what exactly do we learn, and of course a description, a summary of the scene with some quotes in there as well. So like I said, there are 3 of those on this page for each of the 3 key scenes that I need you to look at and to know, because we're trying to condense our study of Hamlet to be as simple as possible, and we've got to look at everything in this OneNote, on this notebook that you're looking at here now. On the next little tab, it's got the characters. We need to know our characters, and we need to have an understanding of our characters. So in this tab, you'll find all of the characters described, starting with Hamlet. When you first open the page, his character traits, his Claudius character traits, and then little videos over here. So the videos might talk about more than one character. This one is on Hamlet and Claudius. And when you go down, you'll find another one on the female characters. And when you go down, you'll find another one on Polonius and Laertes. And when you go down, you can find a final one on Horatio. So the notes are there that the videos use. So if you just wanted to look at the videos first, that's okay too. And it's important to look at all of the videos. They're no more than 15 minutes long, so they're very doable. In the setting tab, I want you to play that video first because it explains what's on this page, a little map of where Elsinore is, and I talk you through the setting, a couple of pages there. Setting questions are also very popular in the Leaving Cert Ordinary Level paper. And then in the last tab, you've got relationships, the different relationships that are in Hamlet, each and every one of them, from Claudius and Gertrude to Claudius and Hamlet to Polonius and Laertes. All of them are there with quotes. Okay, I've got quotes to back up the points. And then I forgot one tab, didn't I? I forgot to mention the themes tab. In the themes tab, there'll be a couple of a little description of the major themes and where you find them in this play. Okay, so back to this first page again, from where you're watching this video from. And like I said, you've got 5 previous years that the Hamlet was examined on, and you've got loads of questions there to try to work your way through. We've got a good bit of time now between now and the Leaving Cert in June, and we've got to be trying ourselves at home these questions, using the notes if you need to, using the different notes that are in this notebook, and of course your own notes that you may have previously used to help you. All of those questions that are in these previous exam papers fall into these categories in some way, and therefore fall into those tabs in some way. Have a look at the videos, have a look at the notes, and try your best at each of the questions. Now down here, they're not there yet, but I'll also put in a couple of links to online notes from good websites, that if you want to get extra study notes, you can go on to those. A couple of them will be there. Okay? That's it, and the best of luck trying to get better at this very important section. Because remember, paper 2, which is where you find Hamlet questions, is a difficult paper. And if you're not prepared, you will fail. So you've got to do this OneNote and look through those videos and read those notes to try and improve your performance.